What's happening, folks? Welcome to Music Monday. Music Monday it is, and today in the skillet we are talking about the Ghost Dance record. Next track on deck is a tune I wrote called Young. Oh wow, this is a lot of interesting, cool tidbits about this song. I do remember I was sitting in the truck riding down I-40 on that first verse, sitting riding shotgun. I don't remember who was driving. We were going to Asheville. We were leaving Greensboro, North Carolina. Now it ties into the second verse I'll get to in a second. So pin this one going down the road. North Carolina I-40 West was the 29th of July. How about that? Yeah, it was the actual date I wrote it, so I don't remember what year it was, but it had to be early 90s that we were playing in Greensboro because we didn't play there a lot. So this girl goes by with a Wisconsin tag, kind of looked over as she went by. It's like, well, that's just kind of how life goes. All these near misses in your life vanish over the horizon. Traveling tune really about the sacrifices you make by being on the road or in any occupation that keeps you going all the time. That's kind of what this song's really about, and it's how it takes its toll on you. Being in a traveling rock and roll band, long days, thousands of miles of traveling. I mean, I just did 1,500 miles this weekend, 2,400 coming back from upstate New York. I mean, and I've been doing this 35 years. People don't see that side of it, and that's kind of what this song is about, the sacrifices that go into it. So I'll get a little bit more into it. Second verse I got to talk about, though, is the place, the Blind Tiger was a bar in Greensboro that we used to play, a little bitty small place, fun place to play. We only played it a handful of times. And this happened. We got done with the show, and I remember sitting on the sidewalk with Jeff Gilbo and Paul McGuire, who I grew up with. I'm pretty sure Paul was there, but I know Jeff was because Jeff's the one who told me, hey, man, all your songs are sounding sad. A lot of you guys know Gilbo. We grew up with him. He if you ever knew Jeff Gilbo, Bo Gilly, we called him. He had many names. He was kind of the Tom Sawyer of our peer group growing up. We lost him a year ago. He had a complication from a heart surgery, and we unexpectedly he passed away. And man, we miss him every week. So I was sitting there talking to Gillo, and he says, man, all your songs are sounding sad. Are you giving up? And I'm like, no, I kind of come from the John Prine camp of school writing, Gillo. I said, I throw the bucket in the well, and whatever comes up, that's what's in it. So that's just kind of at that time, they weren't sounding sad. I think a lot of these tunes are about the epiphany of what it's really going to take to get there. You hear people, when you're going to have success in anything, you're going to have to work hard at it. But I've often said sometimes I measure the success of what we have had or what I've done by what I had to give up to get it. And there's a lot of truth in that. So it's really just a matter of how bad you want it. True in sports, I grew up playing sports. I carried that same mentality that I did working out for basketball into the band and into touring and building a business and playing on the road. There's really no difference. I oftentimes compare our band now to playing on a really good ball team that's been together a long time. It's easy, it's fun. You spend enough time at it, you're gonna get that cohesive unit that is exactly what we have now. All right, so that second verse is about Gillo. The lessons so don't tell me that I've lost my nerve or that I'm giving up, because I'm not done yet. And yeah, here I am in my third decade of doing this, and I'm still not done yet. I think the band's better than it ever has been. And again, of course, the face is starting to show, the lines are starting to show on my face of living on the run. And I'm nothing like what I thought I'd be when I was still quite young. And that's really the tagline of the whole thing. I never thought I'd be in a rock band playing on doing this. I never saw that coming. It was not on my itinerary as a young man getting out of college and playing basketball, and thought I would probably go into that realm, probably go overseas and play, and then maybe into coaching or something. I wasn't really sure, but I knew it. But the rock music and touring in a band was not, that wasn't something I was going to do. I did consider staff writing country tunes in Nashville for a bit before I started this band. But funny how things work out. You never know how it's going to go, and you just got to realize, how you're going to get out of it exactly what you put into it. And sometimes the sacrifice that you put into that, not everybody's going to see that, and that's kind of what this song's about. They see us on stage, see the lights, see us playing, all that's great. Man, I wish I could do that. You don't see all the stuff behind it, the tens of thousands of hours of practice, the songwriting, the recording, the traveling, the touring's brutal. And we went coast to coast. I have played over 6,000 shows in my career, and I quit counting at 6,000. So what's the point at that point? But, you know, I'm not bitching about it. It's what I do, you know, and that's when you want to be in a vagabond traveling band and stomp preach every night, there's no other way to do it. You kind of have to take it to the people. You do. You have to take it to the people. All right, so that's what we got for Music Monday. Cool tune. I love the way it starts off with that wah wah. Wah, 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 wah. Good old Jim Dunlop Crybaby Wah Wah on the beginning of it. Guitar. I actually tracked it on this song, this guitar right here, this song. I did want to tell you, we did a pre-production on this song up at Echo Park in Bloomington, Indiana, and that Echo Park was run by Mike Wanchik, who's John Mellencamp's lead, one of his guitar players. He had a studio there, a killer place called Echo Park. So we were playing in Indianapolis and Chicago and all that area one week, and we popped in Echo Park and tracked a couple songs, and this was one of them that we'd just written, and I finally laid a piece of it down. We ended up re-recording it at Capricorn and putting it on this Ghost Dance record, but I just remember that this was one we did at Mike's place. So that's what we got. All right, guitar players, it's in drop D, so take both these and drop them to D. This is really easy to play. It's like a C, D, D, and keep your middle finger off because you got that tune down to D. So keep your middle finger off, and then C, and this is the part most people miss. There's an E minor in there, and then back to D. So the riff. And then bridges in A, and that cool, I don't even know what that is, Rolling Stones chord, I call it. Whatever that is. I'm not a musical note savvy guy. I just know what they sound like. I can't tell y'all whatever that is. I just know I like it. There you go. So that's what we got for Music Monday. Very cool tune called Young, about sacrifices being on the road. So like, follow, share, by all means share it. And as Paul Harvey would say, now you know the rest of the story, and you certainly do.